women's basketball tournament from Norfolk, Virginia. Our second semifinal of the day. It's the number 2. They're looking to get back to the championship final for the first time since 2015 when they lost to former member Savannah State in the championship final.
And I was actually here and I watched that.
You watched that, man?
I was here. Savannah State, wow, I remember them. Their offense was very, very fast.
Howard swept the season series, winning by 10 on February 10th and 72-59 on February 17th. Howard in their home white controls the opening tip, and we are underway. Howell, a straight-on 3. And it's taken away by Staines, who was solid in the win for Maryland Eastern Shore yesterday. And to take a look at our Wells Fargo starting lineups for the Hawks: Haynes, Lynch, Staines, Turner, and Lester, as Turner spots up and hits her first basket.
Wow, Turner, she's got that on lockdown, giving her the ball around the free throw line. She's been money.
And for Howard, our Wells Fargo starting lineup: King, the Rookie of the Year in the MEAC, followed by Howell, Walker, Thomas, and Miller. In fact, the last 2 Rookie of the Years are playing for Howard. Here's Howell, the one-handed jumper is no good and recovered by Lester for Maryland Eastern Shore.
Well, Howell is 0 for 2.
And 2 good coaches on the sidelines for both teams. Malika Willis for Maryland Eastern Shore and Ty Grace for Howard. Shot clock is at 10. Lester looks inside to Lynch. There's Walker. Check it, Turner, and she's fouled.
Well, that's a plus for the Hawks if you can get that many opportunities to put the ball in the hole. They're coming out being very aggressive offensively.
Niall Miller picks up her first foul. And to the line, Sonara Staines.
Well, we wasn't sure if she was going to play in this game today. Went out hard yesterday. We saw where they were wrapping up her ankle, doing some work on her elbow. And we see she's got a little bit of a limp today, but I don't think anything was going to keep her from not being able to get out on this court today.
We talked to Mahogany Lester after the game. She told us point blank Staines would play. There's no way she's going to miss Friday against Howard in the semifinal.
And the production that she gave the Hawks yesterday, leaving the game, I believe in the 3rd quarter, and had 18 points.
18 points, 16 rebounds in the win against Morgan State. Howell, the skip pass, and is tied up as Walker was tied up in midair, and the arrow favors the Hawks.
And talking about injuries, we saw Walker go out also yesterday, tweaked her ankle.
Yep.
And they seem to have her wrapped up pretty good. So she's back in the lineup.
They were battered and bruised and bloodied in the 2 games yesterday. Went through Lester's hands and right to Turner inside. She tried to power in through Zania Thomas as Anaya picks up her first foul.
Turner being very, very aggressive, trying to find a way to score. And back on the free throw line. And we see this nice little power move. Yesterday we saw her take those little jumpers and she blew everybody a kiss.
She sure did. She was showing off her range in the win against Morgan yesterday. She had 11 points and 9 rebounds, which was her 15th game of at least 4 rebounds. And the 6th game this season in which she scored in double figures, and she made both. And the Hawks have jumped out to a 5-0 lead to start this game.
And the Hawks showing that full court pressure that we saw yesterday.
Thomas to Howell for 3. Her 73rd made 3 of the season, coming in shooting 35% from distance and giving Howard their first basket.
Yeah, well, Howell is definitely not a player that you can leave wide open.
Haynes' pass was deflected, saved by Turner. She runs around the Howard bench to get back on the court. Shot clock is under 10. Here's Haynes. Doesn't get the roll, and Howell the rebound. As we mentioned, Howell missed all of last season with a torn ACL, but then became an all MEAC performer the third time in her career. Thomas comes up short on her first shot. Barnes, who checked in for Maryland Eastern Shore, grabbed the rebound. Lynch inside, comes up long. Lester is tied up with Thomas, and the arrow favors Howard.
Well, again, we see the Hawks attacking the basket, getting some good looks for layups, and coming up short a couple times.
Howard has missed their last, checking Maryland Eastern Shore has missed their last 4 shots, and Howard just turned it over for the second time. It was fun to catch up with Mahogany after the game yesterday.
Well, especially with her dad.
Yeah. Joe Smith, National Player of the Year in 1995. Pretty move to the basket by Ashanti Lynch. Joe Smith is in attendance today to see his daughter play. Walker inside, partially blocked. Thomas gets the rebound and is fouled.
Well, Thomas working hard down there, taking a couple of shots. But while the Hawks is coming out strong, which is what we saw yesterday when they played, and they have not let up. And their aggressive play that we saw them play yesterday, they also had multiple players that fouled out. A total of 4 players fouling out.
It has been Coach Willis's MO all year long. Play hard, tough defense. Make them work for every basket they get. Thomas makes both free throws, a 60% shooter from the line, 13 on MEAC selection this year. 7-5 lead for Maryland Eastern Shore, and Barnes too far underneath the goal. Here comes Howard on the run, taken away by the Hawks. Inside is Lynch for the basket.
And again, the Hawks playing some serious aggressive defense out there.
It's a 9-5 Hawks lead.
Nice closeout by Mahogany.
As Walker had a shot partially blocked. And we got another whistle. That's going to be on Haynes. As we take a look at that last great play by Maryland Eastern Shore.
Just took it from her. Easy layup, and if the Hawks can continue to score this way, it's going to be possibly an upset.
The top 4 seeds held serve coming into semifinal Friday. King, great pass, great look to Walker for 3. And the rebound to Haynes.
And again, Mahogany Lester doing a nice job on that closeout.
5.5 to go here in this first quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore with a 9-5 lead. The winner plays Norfolk State in the championship final on Saturday, and they get Tiana Walker with the foul.
Again, what are Hawks doing? They are being aggressive, driving to the hole. They're not looking for the threes. They're looking to keep driving, possibly get Howard in foul trouble. And they definitely know what that looks like with all the players that fouled out yesterday for the Hawks.
Coach Grace was not happy about that call at all on her player, Tiana Walker. In her 10th year at Howard. 156 career wins with the Bison. 1 of 2 for Ashanti Lynch. As we mentioned during the quarterfinal yesterday, she's one of 17 children in her family.
So hard to believe. 17.
That's why she's able to get those steals. I'm going to take away She learned that from the house. Shot clock is at 10 for King and the Bison. Now down to 5. King down to 2. Walker for 3. Howell on offensive rebound.
An easy rebound for Howell with the Knicks match in height.
Averaging over 4 rebounds a night during the regular season as King's shot goes over the backboard and out of bounds, and that brings us to immediate timeout. Maryland Eastern Shore with a 5-point lead in the final.
In this quarter. So the Howard just need to settle down and continue to work for good shots.
You just saw head coach of Maryland Eastern Shore, Malika Willis, in her first season with the Hawks. 14-16 on the season, leading them to a conference semifinal. A 10-second count right after the timeout, and a turnover forced by Howard.
Well, that happened because Lynch kind of lost the ball, and that allowed the Howard Bison to just swarm all over her quickly.
And that will just frustrate a coach to no end right after the timeout, and you get a 10-second count or a turnover as Thomas gets inside and scores. It's a 3-point Hawks lead. Lynch felt the double team, found Barnes, who then saw Lynch open in the corner for 3. Lynch tried to get that rebound. His bodies hit the floor. And they're going to get a foul on Howard. It's going to be on Niall Miller, and has her second.
Well, that's not good for the Bison. I mean, Miller, not a big offensive threat, but she does so many other things. Creates a lot of havoc. Normally she is, a big part of that full court press and comes up with rebounds. So with her having 2 fouls, she's going to have to sit.
The inbound went through Lester's hands, and King has it for Howard. Skip pass to Walker. Walker pulls up in the lane. Doesn't go. Walker 0 for 5 from the field early on. Howell touched it out last in front of Howard's bench. Another call that Coach Grace didn't like.
Well, she's having conversation. She's letting it be known. Okay.
Nice sweater for Coach Grace. Yesterday, remember, she had the Destiny Howell shirt.
Yeah, we didn't find out what the purpose of that was.
And another whistle against Howard. That's going to be on Marissa Steele, the 6'2 senior from Laurel, Maryland. And that's the 15th foul against Howard, and now free throws for the final 3:39 from Maryland Eastern Shore in this quarter.
So that's going to be a positive thing if the Hawks can take advantage of that and be able to knock down free throws.
Brianna Barnes, the team's 3rd leading scorer. Great career at Lehman College. She was named All-Met, as she, at one point in her career, scored 44 points in a game. Also had a triple-double.
44 points.
No matter which level. You get 44 in a game. Extra pass to Walker. She'll hoist up a 3. Still cold from distance. Nice pass by Howell, and finding Marissa Steele inside for 2.
Easy bucket.
Offensive rebounding for Howard. Inside was Lynch, had it partially blocked. Maryland Eastern Shore gets it back in a jump ball. And the arrow will favor the Hawks.
Well, again, the Hawks continue to be aggressive, attacking the basket. Still coming up short with some of these layups. This is an aggressive game. Bison doing a nice job on defense, coming up with that jump ball, which favors the Hawks.
A big reason for Maryland Eastern Shore's win against Morgan State yesterday. They out-rebounded the Bears 49-29, including 20 offensive rebounds in their quarterfinal win yesterday. Right now they're +3 against the Bison on the glass. Haynes inside, doesn't go. And Thomas the rebound. And inside 3 minutes. Nyla Cooper wearing number 3 in for the first time for Howard, as well as Creek wearing number 22, and an offensive foul called against Marissa Steele, and that's her second.
Well, they are racking up the fouls, and she's going to have to go to the bench. Brings in Vanessa Blake.
Remember, Miller already with 2 fouls for the Bison.
Creek also checks into the game.
Kaya Creek. And a turnover by Maryland Eastern Shore.
Well, there you go. When you start to make some subs, now you create a turnover opportunity for the Bisons to score.
Bison 2 for their last 10 from the field. The Hawks in a drought. They haven't made a field goal in almost 4 minutes.
Creek picks up her dribble way too early.
Cooper feels a double team. Howell looks inside to Thomas, and she'll score. Thomas was 6 early on to lead all scorers, and Howard is within 1. Here's Turner. Doesn't get the roll, and Howell the rebound. A chance for the Bison to take their first lead. Nice pass inside to Blake for the lay-in.
Well, Howell not looking for a shot, but she is definitely finding some key players down low. It's been 2 easy back-to-back layups for the Bison,
who are on a 6-0 run to take their first lead of the game. Lynch off the Turner screen. 3-pointer on the way, no good by Barnes, and Howell the rebound. He's got her fingerprints all over this quarter for the Bison. Cooper at deep 3, and the rebound to Turner. Let's see if Haynes can get going. She has missed her first 2 shots from the field.
And one was an easy layup.
Inside a minute to go in the quarter. Turner left open from the foul line. And another whistle. And it's going to be on Lynch. No, that should be on Lynch. I thought the official said 25 black.
And Miller not even being on the court.
That is Lynch's second foul. Fouls have been picked up for both teams. Steele and Miller both with 2 for Howard, and Lynch just picked up her second for the Hawks.
So King back into the ball game. See if she can get going.
Running the point when she was on the bench.
Oh, she did.
Look at King getting fancy with the dribble. And King got rode out of bounds. And that might go against Barnes. Her first. The junior from out of the Bronx. That's the 4th team foul on Maryland Eastern Shore. They look to Thomas again in tight and lays it in one more time.
Well, that's going to be an easy bucket for Thomas all day when she has Maria Haynes, who stands about 5'5", 5'6".
Shot clock is off for the Hawks and a turnover. Here comes King and the Bison. Thomas sneaking inside, and she got hammered by Kiara Kennedy.
Looked like Thomas was ready to, dunk the ball. That would have been exciting to see.
That could have been a dun-dun-dun moment there.
Well, King doing a nice job feeding her, but it's a good foul. If you're going to foul, you want to make sure she does not make the layup. And so Thomas, at the free throw line, an opportunity for 2 points if she can knock down these 2 free throws.
It was that cross body block there by Kennedy as Thomas converts. 9 so far in the quarter for Thomas, who scored 11 in the win against Dell State. Third team all MEAC performer. Hits on both. Almost matching her average against the Hawks in the regular season. She had 11 points per game in the 2 meetings against the Hawks during the regular year. One more chance for Maryland Eastern Shore. Haynes against King. Blocked by King. Creek catching it up in time. It would have counted if it had gone. Championship game. Can Malika Willis get the Hawks back in the conference title game for the first time in a decade?
Long time. But they came out like they wanted to play on Saturday, but then the Bison start to turn it up.
King's pass is stolen by Lester. She's back on the court with Haynes, Barnes, Skanes, and Turner. King, Hemingway, Blake, Creek, and Thomas for Howard. And a 3-second call on Maryland Eastern Shore.
Well, that's not what you want at the start of this second quarter if you're the Hawks.
Both teams with 5 turnovers here in the first half. Here's Thomas gliding down the lane, and she'll score again.
She is exciting herself. She said, oh my God, look at this.
Thomas with a dozen so far in this first half. Here is Haynes looking to Staines, and she's fouled.
Zamara Haynes, nice job driving to the hole. Getting out to Skanes.
Coach, Thomas is making a point. She's being very aggressive in this first half.
Yeah, with that nice little Euro step. But like I said, she is saying, oh my God, look at me. She has turned it up for the Bison.
Sanara Skanes, the team's second leading scorer at the line. A decorated career at Eastern Michigan. Set a school record for double-doubles. With 31, she's got 45 career double-doubles after an 18.16 rebound outing against Morgan State yesterday. One of 2. Hemingway tried to save it. And they're going to say it was last touched by, was it touched by Maryland Eastern Shore?
I think we're still figuring that out.
They're going to say it was last touched by Maryland Eastern Shore. They said Lester touched it on the baseline, as now a forced turnover by Barnes. And she'll put up the shot and Creek the rebound. Here's Creek going all the way into the lane. The 1-foot fadeaway for Kaya Creek.
Creek is one of those silent killers. And this year not playing as many minutes as she did last year because Destiny Howell was out. And that came in, and she was a big factor for the Bisons.
Turner looking for Staines inside, going up against Blake. Deflected and recovered by Haynes. Under 5 to shoot. Lester for 3. Knocked out of bounds by Maryland Eastern Shore.
And I said yesterday Bison's playing. They actually started on Wednesday.
And Howard got the bye yesterday after their win against Delaware State on Wednesday. As the top 2 seeds in the tournament play on Wednesday. Then the 4, 5, 3, 6 matchups are on Thursday. Howard holding Maryland Eastern Shore to 18% shooting in this first half. Thomas again in the lane and almost got a 3-point opportunity as Turner picks up her foul.
Thomas so far is having a really nice game. Has a total of 12 points so far, leading all scorers.
A transfer from Kentucky. She played in 18 games with the Wildcats in 2 seasons, averaged a little under 1.5 points a game. Did you know she said her celebrity lookalike was?
No.
She said it's herself. Because she is the celebrity.
I like that.
Haynes inside, and they're going to get Thomas on the blocking foul. That's her second.
Well, Thomas leaves Kentucky, and her you said her shooting percentage was less than 2 points.
Yeah, it was 1.4 per game, 1.1 rebounds in her 2 seasons with UK. But this year, just under 11 points, 7 rebounds, shooting 50% from the field.
And she has surpassed her percentage again with a total of 13 points.
2 made free throws by Haynes. Let's see if that will get her on track, as she is still without a field goal in this first half. A 7-point lead for Howard. Just under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Remember, Howell started things in the first quarter for the Bison, and then Thomas in the later stage of the first quarter, and then here in the second has taken over. Howell with 3. And out of bounds to Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yeah, Howell that time, I think, watched that shot. She definitely has a size advantage of anyone who is defending her.
Howell, a 3-time All-MEAC performer in her career. Barnes got bumped by Blake, and it did not roll in. And Blake just picked up her second. So 3 players for Howard. Check it, 4 players for Howard with 2 fouls. Steele, Blake, Thomas, and Miller.
Well, you got to credit the Hawks again. They have been attacking the glass and just continue to keep driving, not just looking for deep threes. They are being aggressive and causing a lot of havoc in there. And so right now, say the Bison's in a little bit of foul trouble.
Barnes in the top 20 in the MEAC this year in free throws made and attempted. And she hits on both. Blake will take a seat. Remember, her sister, Diana Blake, plays for North Carolina Central.
Yeah.
And a turnover by Howard. King thought that was kicked. She's looking around saying that ball was kicked. And the officials will have none of that. Ed Matthews, Lasagna Baker, and Alexis Perez. And now Ed is going to the scorer's table to talk to the alternate official.
And the call's going to stand. So an opportunity for the Hawks.
7th turnover for Howard in the first half. And now another whistle. 3-second violation on the Hawks. Their second in this half.
And I think that was called on Turner. That was twice. But really take a look.
Oh, it did. It went off her foot.
A little touch on the toes.
On the other end, Hemingway misses, and the Hawks get the rebound. Turner grabbed it. Here's Barnes with the pull-up. And the rebound is Steele. She's back on the floor with her 2 fouls. Howell to Hemingway to Creek for 3.
And again, Creek is like that little silent killer.
Her first from 3 in this game. She's got 5 so far. Hawks down by 8 as we're inside 6.5 minutes. Lester for 3. Got it. And those who made the trip from the shore showing their approval for Mahogany Lester's 3-point basket. And a quick 3-second call on Howard.
Wow. Play on Saturday.
Well, from the SEC Women's Tournament to the MEAC Women's Tournament. She knows about the bright lights and the big stage. Here is Haynes. Maybe those 2 free throws will get her going. That's her first field goal of this half.
And they're going to need a whole lot more of Haynes to step up her game offensively.
3-point Howard lead. Howell for 3. A rebound, flat-footed by Turner. Hawks can tie it with a 3. Lester will try it. Offensive rebound, Staines, who's back in. Lester, Haynes, Barnes, Staines, and Turner, the 5 for Maryland Eastern Shore. Shot clock under 10. Backdoor to Haynes. Lost it out of bounds. As she last touched it, back to Howard.
Oh, nice backdoor move. Haynes, as you just stated, Sean, just lost it. Haynes looked a little quiet from what we saw yesterday. Yesterday, I think that game was just more personal and emotional.
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. Here is Steele inside and found Hemingway at the elbow. As Hemingway hits her first basket of the game.
Hemingway, who doesn't get a whole lot of playing time and on the court now because you have a couple of players like Miller on the bench with 2 personal fouls.
Haynes will try it again inside. Creek grabs the loose ball. Howard has 4 players with 2 fouls in this half. King for 3. It was on line, and Haynes with the rebound. Howell causes the tie-up. The arrow favors Maryland Eastern Shore.
Well, Zamaria Haynes, again, doesn't have the same body language that we saw yesterday. She is definitely that key player that needs to get going. She's your point guard. And she played so well yesterday. And again, we talked about that emotion. You had a player that transferred from University of Maryland Eastern Shore to Morgan State as Bannerman. So that seemed like as if that game was more emotional than anything. And they came out strong and the Hawks prevailed.
Turner with the miss and the rebound and putback. Ofunian with her first basket.
And she just checked into the ball game.
Amira Ofunian with her first 2. Pulls the Hawks to within 3. Good passing by Howard leads to a Hemingway baseline jumper that teased the rim. And Lester the rebound. Inside 4 minutes. Maryland Eastern Shore with a chance to tie it with the 3 on this possession. Haynes has it against King with under 5 to shoot. Lester for 3. And the rebound engulfed by Steele. One of the 4 Bison players with 2 fouls. King yet to score in this game. Barnes almost got a steal. Here's Howell, way off. Ofunian with the rebound. Haynes guarded by Creek on a mismatch. Good defense there by Creek. Haynes on the blow-by. Offensive foul. And Haynes are going to tee. As she threw the ball to the official. That makes it 3 fouls on Haynes on that play.
Yeah, that's just not smart by Haynes. You got to recognize that you're one of the players that actually needs to be on this court. The best point guard that the Hawks have. And right now, they are discussing how she had delivered the ball. So you see the referees out there talking about it. So Haynes, again, we talked about the body language, a little different than what we saw yesterday, a little frustrated that she's not able to get the calls that she wants. And so she gets frustrated and kind of threw the ball like at the ref, and that could have gone, either way.
So you get the personal foul on the offensive charge, then the tee for throwing the ball to the feet at the official, and Haynes will have to sit for the final 2:46. as she picks up 3 fouls in this first half. And on top of that, Howard gets possession.
Yes. Definitely not helping yourself. Especially when you're still in this game, you know. You just allowed Howard to be able to knock down some free throws to extend their lead.
And that was a bang-bang call. That could have gone either way.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
But you got to understand situation. 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. Howard with a 5-point lead. Winner against Norfolk State in the championship final. Creek's runner was no good. Lester with the elbows high secures the rebound.
I think she learned that from her dad.
Oh, yeah. Joe Smith did that a few times. Skip pass to Lester. 3-pointer blocked by Hemingway, but right to Staines. Shot clock's at 10. Howell comes on the double, forces a turnover. And they're going to get a foul on Maryland Eastern Shore. That'll be on Turner, her second.
Well, a lot of fouls have been racked up in this first half for both teams.
14 fouls for Maryland Eastern Shore because the technical does not count as a team foul. And 3 for the Bison.
Oh, yeah.
To Howell. Tried to get it in there to her. Steele gets it back. And Coach Grace will use a timeout. Started to see it unravel on that possession, and Grace will use her 30-second timeout with 1:46 to go in the third. And this has been a pretty good first half for both teams. We saw Maryland Eastern Shore jump out early, Coach. Howard on that 10:01 to end the first quarter, led by Thomas, has got them with the lead and maintained that lead.
And it hasn't been a whole lot after that. Howell right now, who's not running the point, she's down in the paint, posting up. You got to give her the ball early. She is one of the biggest players out there on the court and has a mixed match, and just got it to her a little bit too late, and it wasn't a great pass by Creek. So we'll have to see if they come back out and look to find Howell posting up.
Thomas leading all scorers with 13 points, but currently on the bench with 2 fouls. As Lynch leads Maryland Eastern Shore with 5. Great pass inside to Bohannon, and she's fouled.
Well, Howell, who's not doing a whole lot offensively, but she is definitely finding the open players. Making some great passes.
Look at this pass by Howell. The baseball pass to Bohannon. How did she find her? And it was Funnian gets called for her first. Bohannon, a 67% shooter from the line, scored 2 points in the win against Delaware State on Wednesday.
It's a sophomore from Cleveland, Ohio, Warrensville High School. I've had a couple of volleyball athletes from Warrensville High School.
Pretty good athletes?
Pretty good athletes. Yeah, I would have to say they have a pretty good sports program.
Bohannon made the trip from Cleveland to the nation's capital to play for Coach Grace as they won their 20th of the season Wednesday in day 1 of the women's tournament. Barnes guarded by Howell. Barnes on the drive, and she's fouled by Destiny Howell.
And that's what the Hawks need to continue to do. Keep driving to the hole and just put the ball up. And let the Bison continue to rack up the fouls.
Howell, our player to watch earlier today, is 1 of 6 shooting from the field. Does have 6 rebounds and 4 assists in the first half. Like I said, a lot of her fingerprints on this first half. Not scoring a lot, but doing everything else. Now she's politicking to the official over there.
Well, that's what they need to do, you know. We see a lot of that.
2 made free throws by Brianna Barnes, the junior from the Bronx. It's a 4-point lead for Howard. Deflected out. It'll stay with Howard. Defense has been really good for both teams here in the first half. Bison has not made a field goal in nearly 4 minutes.
And King has only taken 2 shot attempts. She's 0 for 2.
Ball went off the foot of King and out of bounds to Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yeah, so King definitely not starting off where she's having any type of success.
Probably one of her toughest first halves to get going all season. No points, 1 assist, 4 turnovers in 15 minutes.
And King, who was voted Rookie of the Year. She was actually Rookie of the Week 11 times.
Incredible. A steal by Howard and then a foul.
So the fouls continue to rack up for both teams, Sean.
Barnes just picked up her second. Haynes, remember, is on the bench with 3. Lynch with 2, and Turner also has 2. Whose bench will play huge in the second half, especially with all of the foul trouble for both teams?
Oh, I would have to say that Bison has that advantage. You have multiple players that's on the bench right now that are starters. And look at the score of this game. It's 26-30. And Howe continues to kind of struggle a little bit offensively.
Yeah, just 1 of 6 from the field. For the 3-time All-MEAC performer, she splits the pair to have 6 now scored in the first half. Skanes back in for Maryland Eastern Shore with 37.9 seconds to go. And Barnes running the point with Haynes on the bench with 3. Lynch around the Turner screen and through the hands of Lester out of bounds.
That time Lester's trying to cut to the basket, so a little miscommunication. And an opportunity for the Bisons to be able to score with 18.5 seconds left in the...
Almost a turnover. Here's Howell left open and hits the trip 3. Just her second made field goal this afternoon. She's got 9 to lead the way, along with Thomas's,
where we see her starting in the start of this third quarter.
Yeah, lost a little bit of that composure midway in the second quarter, picking up a technical foul, which was her 3rd personal foul, and had to sit the rest of the quarter as Howard built their lead to 8 where it stands right now. Thomas inside. Last touch by Maryland Eastern Shore. Remember, Thomas has 2 fouls. She was red hot in that first half, but picked up that second foul and was cooled off a little bit.
Well, that time, Hal tried to feed the ball into Thomas, but nice help defense by Lester.
Miller, Thomas, Walker, Howell, and King, as Howell, who hit at the end of the second quarter from distance, starts the third with a 3.
And again, you can't give her any space, and if she gets heated up, she's going to be that much tougher to defend.
Bison up by 11. Lynch going right to the rim. No. The putback was a miss by Turner, and the rebound squeezed in by Niall Miller as she was harassed and eventually fouled by Lynch.
And again, continue to attack the basket, which is what the Hawks are doing, but they are missing the layups. This will be a big difference in this ball game if the Hawks are able to make the layups.
That has been big. The field goal percentage down for Maryland Eastern Shore. They came in 4th best in the MEAC in field goal percentage in the regular season at 38%. Today, just 21%. And they find Thomas again inside. Thomas and Skanes were battling for the rebound. And they're going to get Skanes with the foul, her first.
Oh, I thought that was a little interesting. I thought that possibly would have been just a jump ball situation. But she just stated Skane's picking up a foul early in this third quarter.
A three nailed from the corner by Walker off the inbound.
So Walker with her first bucket.
She had missed her first 6 shots from the field before that make. Here is Haynes in the lane. No. Skane's an offensive rebound and she draws a foul.
And that's going to go against Miller.
Her third. Skanes, with just 2 points so far in the game, has yet to have an official field goal attempt so far.
Yeah, Skane's a little beat up from yesterday. You know, watching her, definitely not as active as she was yesterday.
Yeah.
And
but the left elbow, which was wrapped up during the game yesterday, that's gone. But I know that right ankle was heavily taped and not probably at 100% in less than 24 hours. And she looked good on those 2 free throw attempts, and she is limping now to midcourt, favoring that ankle.
Well, let's give some credit to those sports medicine staff people.
Yeah.
And I think they actually present awards to them or acknowledge them during the little banquet that they have on opening day. So that's pretty cool.
Penny Folan, the UMES athletic trainer, and Tanisha Jones for Howard. A missed 3. There is Thomas again, cleaning up the glass and putting it back up for a deuce. It's Howard's largest lead of the game at 14. Turner looking for Staines, and she can't catch up with it. Yeah, Staines is not nearly at 100% right now.
But she's definitely that player that still, whatever she can give you, might be better than what the next player can give you. So coaches decided to keep her out there on the court.
It's unfortunate for Maryland Eastern Shore as Howell misses on the 3. Thomas an offensive rebound. Miller inside. Staines the rebound. And she is called for a travel.
Oh, she called for a travel. I thought that was going to be a foul on Miller. And instead, a travel call.
Staines thought her pivot foot stayed on the floor. The official said otherwise. And that's the 12th Hawks turnover in the game.
But when that whistle blew, Miller got a little nervous because I think she thought that was going to be called on her.
Howell looking to create. And Miller draws a foul. That's on Staines, and that's her second.
Well, Miller not someone who's always looking for her shot, but she went in there aggressively. And they don't call it a shooting foul.
I was going to say, this has not been Staines' quarter outside of the 2 free throws. Travel called, a couple of fouls on her back in this quarter. Lob to Thomas inside, and she'll go to the line.
Well, right now, they do not have an answer for Thomas. And just has a height advantage, and so that's the reason that they, the Hawks has put Laney Allen in, who stands 6'2".
It's already 14 fouls for the Hawks. And Thomas now with 16 on the afternoon and 6 of 7 from the line. A 60% shooter coming into the tournament, makes 1 of 2. So the rest of this quarter, Howard will be going to the free throw line on every Hawks foul. Aaliyah James, wearing number 1, sees her first action for the Hawks. Staines showing a little bit of frustration on the perimeter. Tough shot there by Lynch, and she's fouled.
And again, Shauna can't say it enough because the Bison are so long. They're doing a nice job on closeouts, so it's not there. So Hawks need to continue to do what they're doing, which is keep driving to the hole, being aggressive. And again, you see forced another foul, so that's going to be 3, I believe, on Walker.
So Lynch with 2 attempts at the line, a 66% shooter at the stripe. 6 points so far in the game. For Lynch, who averages just a shade under 9 this season. 1 of 2. Lester an offensive rebound. Here is Lynch driving, had a shot blocked. And a whistle as they said Howard stepped on the baseline.
Well, this game is definitely not out of reach for the Hawks. So every possession is important.
James trying to find somebody open. Eventually Lester has it. Under 7 to go in the third. Shot clock under 10. Barnes had it stripped by Thomas. Thomas causes a tie-up. The arrow favors the Hawks with 5 to shoot. James will do the inbound. Staines gets it with 1 and a shot clock violation.
Howard took a pretty big hit just now with all that chaos underneath the basket.
She is shook up a little bit, but will remain in the game.
Oh, Howard's going nowhere unless you're carrying her out on the stretcher.
They understand what's at stake.
Oh, yeah, and Howell, again, missing all of last year.
You could only watch a year ago as Howard made it to the title game but lost to Norfolk State. Bison trying to make it to the title game for the 5th year in a row. Now that's touched by the Hawks with 12 to shoot for Howard.
Yeah, and that was a lot better defense by the Hawks, not allowing Thomas to get that ball on the block. So nice adjustment.
Howard has outscored Maryland Eastern Shore 9-3, and they left Howell open on the seductive ball fake. And Thomas check it with 18. As Barnes goes to the rim, and she gets 2 free throws.
I'm not sure if that's going to be on Miller or on Walker.
That's on Walker. That's her 3rd. But how about the move by Zanaya Thomas?
But Thomas is definitely having a field day. You know, a player who transfers from one school, definitely not an offensive threat, averaging less than 2 points a game, and just coming in here, she has surpassed her average, which was 11 before this game started.
Has 18 to lead all scorers. Offensive rebound on the missed free throw. They find Lester underneath, and she's fouled.
And Miller, she already knows. She's heading toward the bench. I believe that's 4 personal fouls against Miller. And this is what the Hawks need to continue to keep doing, keep attacking the basket. But, Sean, the problem has been they've been attacking it, but they haven't been able to get the layups. And, again, if they were able to get the layups, this would be a totally different type of ball game. I mean, they're only down by 15 points. So they're definitely still in this game with 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
And both teams will shoot free throws the rest of this quarter, with both having 4 fouls. So you got this quarter, you got the full 10. You got time to make it up. And Maryland needs to show 23 free throws so far in the game. They're 18 of 23 from the line. Howard 10 of 14 from the stripe. So they're scoring when the clock has stopped, and that has helped them out. 2 more free throws made by the Hawks. It's a 13-point lead, and they come with that full court pressure. Bohannon checked in along with Marissa Steele. Howell's pass is stolen, but was unable to stay in play was Kiara Kennedy, and Howard will maintain it.
He actually had two Hawk players there. Either one of them could have caught that pass that Howell delivered.
Under 6 minutes to go in the third. Deflected by Barnes and saved. And Kennedy couldn't catch up with it.
Well, great effort by Barnes.
Okay, well, Coach didn't flinch when Barnes came to the table. Flying to the table. Coach stood her ground like she was in the paint taking a charge.
Hey, I'm ready.
Didn't flinch one bit.
Oh, nice spin move by Howell.
Destiny Howell. Now with 14.
And that's what she can do. She can shoot the three. Make sweet little moves like that.
Here Staines in the post. Draws contact, no whistle, and she missed the layup. Steele has it for Howard.
And again, missed opportunity, missing those easy layups.
Those are backbreakers. Thomas
being harassed.
Found Bohannon. And the rebound to Lester. Where should this deficit be for Maryland Eastern Shore if they can't take the lead to at least go into the fourth?
I'm sorry, we just saw the another turnover for the Hawks.
And another turnover by Howard. Here is Haynes. To Barnes, left open. And an air ball recovered by Thomas.
So this looks like suicides right now. That they're running suicides, going up and down, up and down.
Run suicides back in the day?
Of course not. I made them walking.
Oh, I got you. Here is Steele. Her shot was blocked, but she was also fouled.
It because Destiny Howell wants an opportunity to get some get back.
She was not on the team last year as she tore her ACL. She got to watch Howard advance to the championship final a year ago. She wanted to be a participant and play a huge role in the Bison trying to get back to the title game and get back to the NCAA tournament. Steele with 2 made free throws. It's a 17-point lead with 4 minutes to go. Can the Hawks make a run to get it to single digits after 3 quarters?
And I think that's where they need to be before the start of this fourth quarter.
Lester, Haynes, Staines, Lynch, and Turner. Haynes has it with 3 fouls with under 10 to shoot. Turner against Thomas. Wild shot recovered by Steele. Creek back in for the first time in this quarter for Howard. Bohannon to Thomas. Bohannon kept it alive, recovered by Lester.
Well, Bohannon doing a nice job. Recognize Thomas got the hot hand. Nice little feed, but Thomas unable to finish.
Haynes off of the Staines screen. Inside, and it rolled off the rim for Lynch.
And again, another missed layup.
Turner got hit in the mouth after Staines grabbed the rebound, and now a stoppage. Remember,
it's just unfortunate that yesterday, she had to get stitches, and I don't know, she possibly could come back into this game.
And it's very sensitive at this point. You probably had less than 24 hours to get it done, get it healed. But Turner was a fighter. But it looks like she may not play, but who knows? She may tell coach, I will gut it out for a final few minutes to help us out. Lester for 3. Long rebound recovered by Staines. Here is Haynes with the pull-up. And Thomas with her 7th rebound on the game.
Well, Haynes only with 4 points. She's 1 for 8. So she has been very silent.
Maryland Eastern Shore shooting 16% for the game. Nice 2-woman game from Howell to Blake.
Not a whole lot Skanes could do. Vanessa Blake going up strong, getting the easy deuce. Woo, how?
Howell tried to get that steal, bumped into Skanes, who hit the floor. And luckily for Skanes, she didn't get that right ankle stepped on.
Yeah, we saw Skanes on the floor quite a bit yesterday. And also led her to leaving the game. I believe that happened in the third quarter.
It was about midway in the third. She was attempting a layup to the basket on our right. And it looked like she had her right ankle rolled up on. Wincing in pain, was helped off the bench. They were attending to her the entire second half after that. But Lester told us there was no way she was going to miss the game. 1 of 2 for Skanes as Maryland Eastern Shore trails 51-32. They are 0 for 10 from the field in this quarter. Thomas doesn't get it to go. Lester the rebound.
Well, the Hawks need a bucket.
Barnes found Lynch inside as Maryland Eastern Shore gets their first field goal of this third quarter. Lead is at 17 and another turnover. Hawks have a number, 2-on-1. Haynes to the basket and she'll score.
And nice full court press by the Hawks, creating that turnover for 2.
It's a 15-point advantage as we're coming up on 1 minute to go. King has yet to score for Howard, the rookie of the year in the conference this season. Under 10 to shoot. And a block called on Maryland Eastern Shore.
Who did they give that call to?
Barnes picked up his third.
Skanes almost had a steal.
So Vanessa Blake at the line last year, only player to start every game for Coach Grace, the transfer from Radford. 53% shooter this season.
And since Thomas coming into to Howard Bison on their roster, that limit Blake's her time this year.
She says she would like to be on the show Married at First Sight.
I was going to bring that up. And have you seen that show before?
I have not seen that show.
That's where you don't know who your husband is going to be
they see
until the day.
Person?
I don't even know if they see a silhouette. I just know when they get married. Oh, nice job by Samaria Haynes. You got to finish.
Lynch grabs the rebound and a new 20 for the Hawks. I'm going to say more about that in the fourth quarter. As Barnes goes to the basket and she draws a foul.
And again, Sean, the layups. You got to use the backboard. That's what they put that square up there for. And again, the Hawks just killing themselves right now. Like I said, this would be a totally different ball game if the Hawks were able to make their layups.
I mean, you look at the numbers, they're 8 of 40 from the field, 2 of 13 in this quarter. But at the line, not bad, 20 of 27. They're getting to the line, they're getting the attempts, but missing 32 of 40 shots from the field.
With the majority of them being layups. Because they haven't really taken a whole lot of threes or jump shots. And they continue to put on the full court pressure.
Howard breaks it with inside a half minute in the third. No Howell on this set. But Thomas shoots for 3. Got it.
Talk about the post players that can get it done in the paint, but also be able to knock down threes.
21 for Thomas. Last chance in the quarter for Maryland Eastern Shore. No shot attempt by. They will await either Howard or the Hawks in the title game tomorrow afternoon right back here at the Scope.
Well, one thing Coach got to be thinking about is King, not playing the type of game that I'm sure she would like for her to play, and that what she's going to need to play against Norfolk State.
Lynch is called for the foul, her fourth. First player for either team in the danger zone. 10 seconds in to the final quarter.
Well, Lynch was one of those players that fouled out yesterday.
And we talked about that. 4 players from Maryland Eastern Shore fouled out in their win against Morgan State.
So they had like 3 starters that fouled out, 1 starter that left in the third quarter due to an injury.
Great play by Bohannon to keep possession for the Bison. A look to Thomas. She goes baseline and hit the bottom of the backboard, and Barnes secures it.
They'll try to do that wraparound, but too far up underneath the basket.
And Bohannon is called for the foul. Well, Coach, Hawks down 18. You got less than 9.5 minutes to go. Where does it start for them to make a run, one last push here in this final quarter?
Well, again, they need to continue to keep doing what they're doing, which is attacking the basket, but you got to be able to make the layups. And if you get to the free throw line, knock down some free throws, especially when you have Howell on the bench, you have Miller on the bench for the Bisons.
King grabs the rebound off the Haynes miss. Up ahead, stolen by Haynes, and she's got numbers. 2-on-1. Haynes, the wraparound pass to Lynch, who then found Lester, and she scores.
And again, you got to think about King. I was going to say that's a turnover. Yep, and referee was right on it. So King definitely not having the game.
This is a rough afternoon for King, and that's rare to see. Yes, she is a freshman, but she has not played like a freshman this year.
Not at all.
7 turnovers for the Rookie of the Year. A missed 3 by Lester. Thomas throws Staines to the floor and is called for the foul.
Well, this is how you get yourself back into the ball game. Since the start of this quarter, the Hawks has been on fire, creating some turnovers, being able to score, and an opportunity right now to score. So yeah, here on the replay, Thomas, a little bump, but the referee saw it a little different.
3 officials, Ed Matthews, Lasagna Baker, and Alexis Perez. On one accord. Hawks down by 16. Lester, entry pass inside the Staines, and she scores.
And again, keep attacking. They have not let up. With that made basket, they were able to set up their full court press. King continues to run the point.
Lynch with the steal, going up against King, and she'll score again. 4 quick points for the Hawks, who are within 12. And almost another steal.
Was that on Lynch?
It is on Lynch, and she just fouled out.
Well, she fouled out, but she was being aggressive. You can't be mad at that. She possibly almost had a steal with another layup, and so now King is going out of the game. And Howell, I think Howell checked in.
Look at Lynch's last basket off the steal. She will leave with 10 points on the afternoon, coming off a 13-point performance against Morgan State yesterday. The trap in the backcourt. No King on this possession. She was replaced by Howell, who will run the point right now, looks like, or either Creek. Creek on the drive, looks for Thomas. Thomas had it partially blocked. She gets her own miss, had it taken away by Staines.
Yeah, she's come up short a couple of times on those little short layups. An opportunity right now for the Hawks to score.
Here is Haynes left open. Howell the rebound.
No, you got to stay with what was working, Sean. You got to continue to keep attacking the basket. Don't settle for the little short jump shots.
3 minutes gone by here in the final quarter. The winner plays Norfolk State in the championship game tomorrow. A steal by Lester. Here comes Haynes. Pretty move to the basket.
Lester just took that away from her.
It's a 10-point lead with under coming up on 6.5 minutes to go. And Coach Grace will use a timeout for Howard. And the Bison in the title game, as we've got a foul. That was close to being a backcourt as Barnes just picked up her fourth. And she enters the danger zone with 6:35 left. Remember, Lynch already fouled out earlier in this quarter.
Which is what we saw yesterday, but that's just their aggressive play, which has gotten them back into this ball game, that they continue to be aggressive on defense.
King with Howell, Blake, Creek, and Thomas. The 5 for Howard on the floor with under 10 to shoot. Here's Howell around a Thomas screen. Tough fadeaway, and the offensive rebound by Blake. A big one there by Howard. A new 20 for the Bison to work with. Here's Creek on the move. The fadeaway is short, and Staines grabs another rebound.
Well, the Hawks need to try to find a way to score with this possession.
Barnes will cut off. Haynes with the hesitation had it stripped. Here's Creek. No, gets her own miss. Misses the follow-up. Thomas is fouled.
Well, Zamaria Haynes had a nice and open lane, and the defense was ready to draw, and I think she would have kicked it out. Instead, lost the ball. And Creek doing a nice job coming up with it, pushing the ball. Not a good shot attempt. I think she was looking for the foul to be called.
Maryland Eastern Shore with 16 turnovers in the game and shooting just 26% from the field as Thomas connects on both. 23 points, 9 rebounds on 8 of 10 shooting from the line.
And 8 of those have come from the free throw line.
Here is Haynes going to the rim.
Wow, how? That looked like all ball to me.
It probably was from Howell, but Thomas is whistled for her fourth. Question is now with 5:24 left, when does Maryland Eastern Shore try to start making some threes? As you see the foul on Thomas with the body.
Well, Thomas, if she would have just kept her arm straight up, you know, Zamaria would have had a difficult time shooting over Thomas, who stands 6'2". And what's her reach? What's her length? What would you give her? What's her
6'7", 6'8", maybe? You know.
Yeah. So, but Zamaria Haynes at the free throw line, she was able to knock down the first. And this is how you can get yourself back into the game. Still down by double digits.
They're 23 of 30 from the line. They're getting the attempts. And now the Hawks showing that full court pressure. Howell was calling for it, pulls up to the elbow and hits. 16 for Destiny Howell. She came in averaging 15-1. And she was named all MEAC this season. Kennedy for 3. And Miller sees her first action in a while, grabs the rebound.
And we're playing with those 4 fouls.
The double comes, leaves Thomas open. Kennedy comes up with a block.
Nice defense by Kennedy.
Here is Barnes to the rim, and that was deflected by Howell.
So back-to-back blocks.
Here's Creek on the other end to Thomas, and she's fouled.
Ooh, and Zamaria Haynes feels like she got a nice little clean block instead. It's going to be called for a foul.
The game. They got 4 minutes and 23 seconds to get it done as they lead by 12 over Maryland Eastern Shore. Sean Robinson along with the coach and the professor. Ramona Riley-Bozer and our entire ESPN Plus crew. Been here since Tuesday. Game started on Wednesday. And it appears that the top two will hold serve and could meet again on Saturday, but Maryland Eastern Shore's got time to try to cut into this 14-point lead.
Especially how we saw them play some defense right before this timeout. Thomas knocking down those 2 free throws. She's been money.
25 so far today on 10 of 12 shooting from the field. Miller playing great defense as that ball and possession will stay with UMES with 9 to shoot. Remember, Maryland Eastern Shore started this quarter on an 8-0 run. Since then, it's been 6-2 in favor of Howard.
Well, when you look at how many missed layups they have, definitely getting some good looks, but ball just will not fall in the hole for the Hawks.
Skanes doesn't get it to drop. And Thomas has a double-double, 25 and 10, her 5th double-double of the season. We're inside 4 minutes as that ball was deflected by Skanes in front of the Howard bench. Bison has it with 16 to shoot.
Well, coach continue to stay with King, recognizing that she needs her freshmen to pick it up, because if you're going to win a championship, she's got to be on the court.
Kennedy racing up court after the missed 3. Haynes in the lane, draws the foul.
Couldn't get the ball to go through the hole for the layup. So it's going to be important for Haynes to be able to knock down these 2 free throws. And still a lot of time left, Sean, in this game right here. Against King just going straight up. And there's Zamaria again, missed layup, but free throw opportunity.
Where they are 23, now 24 of 31 from the line. They're actually still in it because of their success at the stripe. As soon as I say it, they missed the second, but they get an offensive rebound. Could be a 3 or a 4-point trip for the Hawks. Here's Haynes off of 2 screens and hits. So they get 3 points on that trip to trail by 11. Haynes with 13 on the afternoon. Miller saves it before it went out of bounds, and Kennedy deflected it. Howell retrieves it as Kennedy hits the floor hard. Shot clock at 10. Howell, quick move and found Thomas inside, and Kennedy was called for the foul herself.
Nice job. Taking a couple dribbles in, drawing the defenders, and finding Thomas wide open. And who was at the free throw line again? Thomas.
Zanaya Thomas, who was 5th in the conference in attempts from the line this year, 10th in made free throws before the postseason. These will be her 13th and 14th attempts at the stripe.
So we have a post player who you know is going to get fouled a lot. And if they can get to the free throw line, such as Thomas, and be able to knock them down, that's pretty good.
She did not look like a 60% shooter.
No, not at all.
12 of 14 from the stripe. A 13-point lead coming up on 2.5 minutes left in the game. Turner will spot up. Thomas with her 11th rebound.
Turner with only 4 points in this game. Hasn't taken a lot of attempts. 1 for 9.
A battered and bruised Hawks team after their win against Morgan yesterday. Here's Creek splitting through defenders, and then a tie-up caused by Barnes. The arrow favors Maryland Eastern Shore.
So this possession down, and he'd be quick with their offense. If they can get a 3, that will help their cause.
We've seen stranger things happen in the postseason with 2 minutes to go. We saw some wild finishes last night in the men's quarterfinals.
Oh, talk about the bounce.
Could be more the same. Skanes misses her baby hook. Howell will have a double-double now, 16 and 10 on the afternoon.
Yeah, watching that game, and like I said, the bounced a couple times and fell in.
5 times before it went in finally.
They say it's a video of Coach Moulton doing a flip of some kind. I got to go back and check that out.
Here's Howell with the shot clock winding down, and Barnes the rebound. I need to see that flip there by Coach Moulton for North Carolina Central. Barnes inside, and Howell wrestles the rebound away from Skanes and draws the foul.
And Coach Moulton always seems to find a way to get his team ready to play come tournament time, and those guys played really hard and aggressive.
Yep.
Let's talk about the upset. Morgan State.
How about that?
Over the Howard Bisons.
And awaiting Morgan State tonight.
They're going to play Norfolk State. And those two teams split. I think the Bears like their chances having to go up against Norfolk State.
And with that win by the Bears, it guarantees a new champ on the men's side this year. Could it be Coach Jones and the Spartans getting back to the NCAA tournament? Or could it be Coach Moulton and the Eagles?
Which both coaches have gotten their teams to the NCAA tournament a couple times.
Or could it be the Bears? Or could it be the Bulldogs?
I'm going for the Bears.
A little partial.
Just a little bit.
Barnes with the miss as the woes continue from the field for Maryland Eastern Shore. Good play there by Barnes to get another possession. Lester for 3. Just their second made 3 this afternoon as Turner takes a spill and a timeout call.
So you actually find out who you're going to marry on that day of the wedding. Who wants to take that kind of risk? Well, you're still trying to figure out the person who you have known for a little bit that you have to marry. So,
wow. So
how interesting.
When the doors are open in the church, when she walks that aisle,
that's when you know.
That's the first time she will meet her groom.
Absolutely.
I wish I might.
Well, you're married right now, so
yes,
that won't be you.
Howell comes up with the steal, but couldn't connect on the layup. Maryland Eastern Shore still playing hard. Haynes for 3. A little too late for the Hawks as they trail by 10. With 18.7 seconds to go. Check it, 16.7 seconds. And rolled off another 2. And it looks like it's going to be a 5-peat as far as appearances are concerned for the Howard Bison.
Well, King is at the free throw line, and she's 0 for 4.
Not her best game.
Not at all.
This season, but you know what? She's going to turn that page real quick once that clock hits 0 and have her attention directly focused on Diamond Johnson, Anjanae Richardson, Debria Clark.
Well, I'll tell you
Maya
this,
Fields.
Sean, that she continues to struggle, missing that free throw. But, you know, the way that the Spartans play full court defense, they're going to be harassing King. And again, Yeah, she's got to get herself refocused, and she has tonight to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know, erase whatever happened today, get ready for the game tomorrow.
Under 10 seconds for Barnes, who scores. She's in double figures with 11, fourth Hawk player in double figures, as Creek will dribble it out, and the Howard Bison